Fantastic. Okay. I really love hearing about the work that each of you are doing. Very impactful work involving inquiry and collaboration. So with all of that, then I'm excited to go ahead and get started. So we can jump in with the first question, and please feel free to jump in. So the first question is, as a result of all of this amazing collaboration that you all have described in your introductions, or even some other experiences that you may have had outside of those roles, what has been your greatest success? So please feel free to jump in.
Actually, if I can start, this is Anjuli. You can see my face now. I just connected via the camera.
Oh, we see you, and you look great.
Yeah, I'm really proud of one of the projects that I've done with my students, grade 11 physics students. And I started actually this project in 2006, not even realizing that it will be a project. What used to happen is I was always a university college teacher, and Appleby College hired me to teach the AP physics, and a lot of students were not interested in the subject, like almost the whole world. So I started thinking about how to make them interested and passionate about what they're learning. And so I asked them to challenge me, to ask me questions about, is there anything in this world that does not have physics in it? And they used to come and ask questions. And one of the students actually came up and asked me, where is the physics in emotions? And I explained to her it's an electrical circle, the nervous system. They all started doing their own projects, and some of them got awards on the virtual science fair. And this is 2006, when the jargon, inquiry, and all of these things were not even there. And I call it the Everything is About Physics project, and I've been doing it since then. And it is like a PhD thesis for the students, because they're not allowed to explain anything that's already on the internet. It ranges from economics to sports. Like they've done it on economics, how decisions are made in Wall Street by looking at experiences, how it affects their brain, and the physics of how the brain reacts to these things. Then sports, of course, is the most common one. And they've also done it on neurology, on business, like the range of, and if you want, I can share the videos of some of the students' exemplar projects. They've been awesome. And now the project is called an inquiry project, because it is a pure inquiry project. And the results have been phenomenal projects for grade 11 level. So I'm really proud of that. That's one of them that I do, yeah.
If I can just ask for one thing, because I already see where this whole conversation is going. You can email me, or you can write your own blog posts on Connected Educators Appreciation Day website. But please leave behind the traces of what you're talking about, so that we can dig in when all the talks are done. And when I find some sleep after organizing the whole thing. So let's say in 2 days. In 2 days after good night's sleep, I'd love to continue, and learn more on what I see is missing in most of the conferences is the how-to. People, it all sounds like motivational speech, but you actually want, at least the first 2 steps, and then to take off from there, see where it will take you. So the how-tos of what you're about to tell us today would be wonderful. The practicality behind all the work that you've done so far. I will just start with my biggest collaboration success. There've been a few, because I've been working with Anita for 26 years, and it's easy when you team up with her. Our Italian teacher asked me the other day when I started Italian classes, how do you describe Anita in Italian? I said telepatica, because we literally don't have to type each other what has to be done. She kind of she's always one step ahead, and we are very different. And I love how different we are, because we kind of control each other's stream of thought and sometimes hysterical flow of ideas. But there've been a few projects that I think surprised us. One of them being the 2 of us writing English as a second language textbooks, where we involved all of our students to decide on the topic. So it started as our collaboration. Our students always knew too much for any of the books that we could buy, regardless whether it's Pearson or Oxford or any other publisher. So we decided, because we had to build up so much on any of the books that we could have ordered, we just decided, let's do it ourselves. And I have to say, asking our 7th graders, what topics would you like to get out of the book? Because we had 3 months left when the decision came. We had 3 months left of our English course, and there were a few of the units that we had to go through. And I waited for my students with a pile of torn little pieces of paper, and they came into the classroom. We sat around the table. So take as many pieces of paper as you want and put them in the pages that you want to omit by the end of the school year. And it took them maybe a whole class, 45 minutes of them going through the book. First of all, some of them went through the book for the first time to the end of the book, but that freedom that they were given. One of the students, she's an amazing person now. I think she's 18 already now. Her eyes were filled with tears. I said, what's going on? Well, she said, well, I'm 14. This is the first time that somebody asked for my opinion. That reaction, and I'm so thankful to this day that she was so open about it and that she let it go in front of everyone. Because I think it brought awareness to everyone what freedom in having your own decision in the project that you're working on means. Then a lot of work was done. So they chose the topics. We kind of nudged them towards the topics that we had to go through, but then they still had the freedom to decide what to do with them. And then collaborating with Anita on what should those books consist of in order to still have that freedom for them and to go through the stuff they have to go through in order to teach them up to the levels that we know they can reach. So I think, yeah, those books. And I left all of them at home. Maybe I'll find a copy to show you.
Yeah, if I can just add something, basically what was missing was this, yes, how to do it. So that was also quite intuitively done, most of the things, because, you just start and you see if it works or if it doesn't work. And then the next year you have to change the books and, change the lessons, and also their tastes change. So you have to change the units and the topics. So pretty much it's a work in progress. So every year there is like something that needs to be changed. It's not like the book is done and then it's it. No, you just have to keep changing and adding and, working on it all the time. So it's never done.
And I would like to add something that is being now in the table, which is the social and emotional learning. When we add this ethnography and the empathy of reciprocity to collaboration, then we are increasing the quality, and a natural mind shift is coming because we are asking questions and we are collaborating, considering your needs and my needs. And then we start creating a new area of possibilities to solve the problem that we are facing in that time. So it doesn't matter if it is between teachers or classmates or in your regular daily life. When you start asking for questions to clarify what are your needs, why are you getting those conclusions, why are you asking for that support, or what is your current position in this moment in the problem that we are going to solve together, then those practices are part of your daily life and your mind, and then you start reacting in that way in a natural way. So when we welcome the social and emotional learning, when we introduce the service into the collaboration, the human being is enriched better at a deeper level. That's my experience. I have seen how teenagers become into a better version of themselves at the end of the school year, because we know that teenage is a hard time, and working with 15 and 16 years old, 13 years old children, it is being with them in that hardest part of their lives. So yes, I invite you to consider the social and emotional learning and the service into the collaboration practice. Thank you.
I've said this before, and I actually totally believe in it. that collaboration actually, if collaboration was possible between students from around the world, it'll be so nice, because collaboration will bring understanding between countries, and it'll bring in tolerance, and which will eventually give happiness to everybody. So collaboration is really important. And I realized that when I did a project with a school in France, and my students collaborated with the students there. So eventually I think collaboration is an awesome thing to do for students, because they truly understand each other then.
The greatest success recorded from collaboration in my class. There was this set of students that we had a project, because I usually engage them in project-based learning. So, and in one of our coding clubs, I asked the students to come up with a project to promote any of the SDGs. And these three guys, they came together and they actually formed their own kind of startup. Until date, they got the startup registered and they are running their own establishments now. So one of them is in grade 12, the other one is in grade 12, and the third one is in grade 9. So these three guys, because they were able to work together during the coding club, they set up their company, their own social enterprise. Until date, even as students, that is still standing and that is still running. A success story of one of the collaboration that we introduced in the class.
I would say that our biggest success in this journey is that all of those hosts feel that this experience has changed their lives. So it impacts them so much that they keep talking about it to others, recommend their fellow educators to also boost their own skills and try to become a host. And they recommend other people to us to take on the same role. So that is really, really what this is all about, to have impact on educators so that they send their experiences onto fellow educators and onto their own students. So that's what our job is about. And I have to say, I don't do this alone. I have two team members and I want to call them out right here because they may be listening. One of them is Anita Poljak from Serbia, and the other one is Francisco Teixeira from Spain. And they are both MIE experts. That stands for Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts. And they do an outstanding job as part of my team. So thank you to both of them.
Very nice. And teamwork definitely makes the dream work. Absolutely.
Totally. This is, I wouldn't be able to pull everything off that we're doing without their help, and all the ideas that we carry out. Some of them fail and then we move on and try other things. And actually being on this side of Twitter chat is the first time for me, because normally I'm the one who orchestrates them. And I'm learning heaps just from playing this role. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but totally enjoying the experience. Thank you.
I just have to say, Marjolein gave us quick intro into how to do this with Twitter, how to do that with Twitter. She was faster in training us than we were in reading what she shared. So her training never stops, and definitely the learning process that connected educators jumpstarts, you'd expect with the first session. No, it started days before with her surfing into all the conversations and being of such great help. Seriously, just she would point the things out that are already obvious to you with all the practice that you've had, and very much appreciated. It means a lot to us, and I'm hoping to. We talked about me joining Microsoft Chats, and I'm looking forward to it.
We will, and I do encourage everybody who's watching this to take a closer look at the tweet meets, and if you feel that you are equipped enough to be a host on our tweet meets, which the digital skills levels that we expect are relatively high. But if you think you qualify, then do open a chat with me, because we love self-nominations.
Absolutely. These are wonderful, wonderful thoughts that you all are sharing.